What's up guys, it's Krykey here, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I got Challenger in 1 week playing Yorick only. So it all started on a fine Sunday night when I contracted some flu-like symptoms. You know, the typical fever, high temperature, headache, sore throat, chills, nothing too serious. So I was quarantined in my room for about a week and I had pretty much nothing to do. I definitely couldn't make a video because I wasn't feeling well, but what I did have was a lot of free time. So I set myself a week challenge so I can make a video the week after, and that was to get Yorick to Challenger in 1 week, and here we are. Before I give you guys the tips, I just want to say this was done on the EUNE server, not the EUS server, but let's be realistic, I wouldn't have been able to get EUS Challenger in 1 week playing Yorick only. Now these are going to be general tips, not just Yorick tips, but for the Yorick players out there, if you want to know my room pages and setup, just check out my guide video. I have everything explained on that, so go over there if you want to see that. So for my first tip, before every solo queue session, make sure you have a bottle of water next to you, preferably a banana, and your hands are warm. Now don't click off the video, I'm not trolling you, this is actually serious advice. Being well hydrated throughout your whole session doesn't just give you health benefits, but actually increases your elo. Water increases your cognitive awareness, your reaction time, and your mood. And banana is actually considered as brain food. It can actually sharpen your focus, making you focus more in game. And of course, warm hands help you move your hands quicker so you can actually react quicker and land more skill shots in game. I actually use a special hand warmer that I got from Amazon. I'll put affiliate link in the description if you want to check it out. But this isn't a troll tip, I am not BSing you. I will put all the articles and case studies about these benefits in the description. Now think about it logically, if you are doing this and your enemies aren't, you really have an advantage on them, and having a slight advantage in solo queue is vital. So go out to your local shop and buy a pack of bananas and have some water next to you before you play another solo queue game. My second tip is pretty obvious, but not a lot of people take this in consideration, and that's having a lot of free time. Now if you want to reach the top of the ladder, and I mean the very top, Challenger, Master, Grandmasters, you need a lot of free time. When I did this challenge, I was playing 9 to 16 games a day without fail. Yeah, that was about 4 to 9 hours every day. I did have a lot of free time, so that's the real dedication needed. And this applies to anything you want to get good at, you have to put a lot of time into it. If you look at the Challenger ladder right now, you'd see that people have been playing since Season 3, Season 4, so that's like 8 years of playing this game. I've started pretty late, I started in Season 6, but I put a lot of time into it and that's how I got to this level. So unless you have some natural talent like Faker, you're gonna have to put a lot of time if you want to be high elo. But if you want to be Diamond, then that's fine, you don't have to put that much time into it. I got Diamond playing like 2 hours a day every other day, and it wasn't that hard. It's just that the top players, they put a lot of time in it. They actually know life, and if you want to get there, you have to play a lot, which is exhausting. So all you guys aiming for gold, platinum, diamond, it's fine. Just have some free time, alright? You probably won't get there playing 1 hour every week. You need to put at least 3 hours a day if you want to get to that level. But once you do get there, you don't have to put in that much time. You get there naturally at that point. My third tip is actually really important. This is an in-game tip, and that's mute all. And I actually mean muting everyone. Not their pings though, you can unmute the pings, but I mean the chat. Do not look at the chat. I repeat, nothing ever comes good from the chat. I did this whole challenge without saying a single word on the chat, and everyone was muted. And this is EUNE, which is meant to be toxic, which I didn't find too toxic because I saw no one talking. From my perspective, it was like playing a single player game. And that was perfect because I didn't get tilted from anyone talking, and they didn't get tilted for me flaming back. I just want to add, solo queue isn't for socializing, it's for increasing elo, in my opinion. And also the opinions of the best solo queue players, TF Played and Abdo. Both of them actually mute all and they never actually look at the chat. Sometimes they do flame, but that just happens. And I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're in the lower elos like diamond below, and that chat must be really toxic. So I don't understand why you're looking at it. Just mute all. Don't pay attention to these low elo players because they don't know what they're saying, and just keep playing. And for my fourth tip, this tip will actually excel your elo if you are really serious about it, and that's doing external research outside of playing solo queue. Now what do I mean by external research? That's watching guide videos like this one, or my matchup guides, watching streams of high elo players that are actually knowledgeable. One example is Tarzan. I actually learnt the jungle routes from watching his streams, and that helps a lot as a top laner, so you can tell if you're going to get ganked or not. Shinshin, even though it doesn't sound right because he ints a lot, but he shows you when to side lane properly, and that's pretty good knowledge right there. Just don't play too blindly aggressive like he does in lane, but his split pushing knowledge is pretty good. And whatever champ you play, watch pro players play it. I watch Tao personally, he's a Korean pro player and he plays quite a lot of Yorick. I've learned how to play Yorick from him, and in general how to handle some matchups. And there's so many channels out there that are actually dedicated to little knowledge and tidbits of educational videos on League, such as Mobilytics and Skillcapped. So yeah, there's so much resources out there. It's like a university of League knowledge out there, and you can learn it all for free and from a click of a button. My fifth tip is actually going to have a video of its own, but I just need to say it because it's so important, and that's keeping a very clear mental. Honestly, I think mental is probably one of the most important things to be good at this game. If your mental breaks down, say you're on an 8 losing streak like I am on EU West, you're just gonna explode and not play like you usually do. You could be a diamond level player playing at a bronze level because of your mental. That's how bad it is. So how do you fix a bad mental? Unfortunately, it's not a straightforward answer, but one thing everyone should have is self-awareness. You just need to know that losing streaks happen, alright? They're a part of League. I don't care who you are, you could be faker. Eventually, in your soloq career, you're gonna have a red match history. And what I mean by that is that you're gonna be on losing streaks. It happens. Statistically, it has to happen. Even on this account, I was on a 4 losing streak at one point, which is really annoying, but it happens. I've had so many accounts that I've boosted before, and I just know it happens from experience. You're gonna have to losing streaks happen. I know I said that so many times, but I just need to get that in your head. It's the main thing about having a good mentor. It's just knowing you're gonna lose. But what doesn't happen is going on like a 20 losing streak. That can be stopped. That only happens because you have a bad mentor. The worst losing streak I've been on was 12, and I just consider myself being really unlucky at that point. But I did bounce back and I went on a 23 winning streak, and that was back in season 7. And that was my first experience of going on a massive losing streak and a massive winning streak. So 5th tip, keep your mental straight. Just know you're going to be in losing streaks. You can get out of it and just keep playing. What I would advise is maybe stop after 5 losses in a row and come back next day. But apart from that, just keep playing. And for my 6th tip, macro over everything. What I mean by this is that macro is the easiest to learn, and it will get you the most elo in the quickest way possible. This is because mechanical and micro knowledge actually takes time to learn. It's just repeated action, continuous, or just natural ability. Whereas macro is just being able to know what to do at the right time and just from learning. Like I said before, researching, which is the easiest to do, and you can do it pretty quickly. You could have the micro of a silver player and still be masters from just having superior macro. That's how important it is. So picking up good macro is the most important thing if you want to increase the elo the fastest. So that's my 6 tips on how I got challenger in a week and what you can use to increase your elo. If you do actually apply these 6 tips, I guarantee you'll increase elo. If you do not increase elo, come back to me and I'll boost you or something, I don't know. But yeah, we have arrived to the ending of the video. I hope you learned a thing or two. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more knowledgeable content, and I'll see you in the next one.